Give with one hand and take with the other. So what went wrong? First up, on Match of the Day, Jermaine Gina said, with Ten Hag, you haven't got a clue still, regarding United's style of play. If anyone still holds that opinion, either they haven't seen recent matches and ignorantly recycle old accusations, or they don't understand what they are seeing. Probably both as far as Gina's is concerned. In my Chelsea analysis, I pointed out Ten Hag moving from a double pivot and a 10 to a 6 and 2-8 to create these possession triangles between the 8, fullback and wide man and subsequent patterns of play. Now whether you like them or not, whether you think they work or not is another show, but at the moment it's wrong to say United have no identity or style of play. This is the possession setter and the rotation it generates, with Anthony dropping deep and Dalot running beyond. And as the play is switched, we can see the same setup on the other side, but did it work to the same extent it did against Chelsea? In my opinion, yes. In this situation, Reguilon and Garnacho are in advance of Fernandes, and we can see the problem that overload has caused Smith. He is caught between the two and Fernandes plays Reguilon in. We have this possession triangle again and Fernandes plays Reguilon in on the underlap. On the other side, McTominay plays the ball to Dalot, Dalot to Anthony, and a nice first time pass back to Dalot. And Dalot gets into this position to switch the play out to Garnacho. Shaw has just played the ball into Fernandes. Reguilon is making his third man run. Fernandes plays him in. Reguilon carries the ball well and plays the ball out to Garnacho, who gets past his man. A very good move, and these were just a few examples of United playing through the pitch with this possession structure. But Bournemouth did their homework and made it difficult for United at times. Again, we can see United's intention, but Bournemouth are right on top of United, and Shaw hits the ball out of play. But I felt overall, United imposed this on Bournemouth more than they stopped it. Ultimately, there were two areas that cost United the game: accuracy and decision making in the final third, and back to their lazy old ways without the ball. Starting with United's poor passing, crossing and decision making in the final third. Reguilon is in a great position here with multiple options, but finds a Bournemouth player. Reguilon is in a good crossing position and needs to put it in first time to take advantage of the forward momentum, but he takes a touch which stands everyone up in the middle. And that's a poor cross into the box. Fernandes just needs to slot that to McTominay, but takes the extra touch and hits the first man. Garnacho has numbers in the box to aim for, but hits the first man. Garnacho does well to go past two Bournemouth players and just needs to play Martial in, but goes it alone. Dalot just needs to square this to Højlund, but he goes for the shot. Fernandes just needs to feed this into Amrabat to exploit this space, but he lumps the ball into the box. And it goes straight out of play. This isn't an easy pass, but Fernandes has this big corridor with space in behind. Anthony is making the run, and Fernandes just needs to wait that for Anthony to run onto, but he takes the ball on. There were many more examples like this, which led to United not creating a single clear sighted goal. Against Chelsea, I praised United for not dropping back too far when they weren't pressing, but look how far they've dropped back here. It's very passive and encouraging Bournemouth. Christie is Fernandes' man, but leaves him for Tavernier despite Maguire being there. Poor awareness and organisation. Christie gets the ball in a pocket, and luckily for United, there isn't anything in this gap to play into. The ball goes back out and Christie is in the same space again. Fernandes should be tucking in and Martial putting pressure on the ball. But it doesn't happen and Christie gets the ball in another pocket, which pulls Amrabat out. And if Christie had a right foot, he could have popped this pass off to Semenyo, who Amrabat had to lead to cover Fernandes. All the organisation and discipline we saw against Chelsea was like it never happened. The devil's verdict is, in my place of work, we play a game where you pay £1 and predict the scores with home win, away win or draw. Now this is what I predicted for United, away win. United losing this game was so predictable. In my last video, I asked the question, is this the turning point or another false dawn? The reason I asked that question is because the trend is always the same. 3 or 4 bad performances, they get stick and they respond with a decent performance. Then another 3 or 4 bad performances, they get stick again and another knee-jerk reaction performance. This group haven't got the minerals to go week in, week out. 2 seasons ago, when we finished 6th with 58 points, I said if there is a trace of this team in 2 years, we are in trouble. There are several players still in the team, let alone the squad. Some of you may have heard of the TV show Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. In one episode, Ramsay went to a restaurant that had 3 owners in a short space of time because the business kept failing. Despite the change of owners, there was one constant: the chefs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.